How do you overcome the breaking up of a relationship and everything that is attached to that? But also, what about the change in a job or career? Well, you guys hear me talk about it all of the time, but I wanted to give you Exhibit A all the way from down under, all the way from Australia, my client Elizabetta. And I love her name. She's Italian, right, Elisabetta? But she
Yes.
lives in Australia. And boy, does she have a story to share. I want everybody to open up your heart and your spirit to really hear her and see how you can identify. Elisabetta, thank you so much. It's AM where you are, right?
Yes, 6 a.m.
6
Thank you,
a.m.
Constance.
You're welcome. So we're gonna get right to it. So you have been such a great client. I feel that really exhibits transformation and changes and don't look like nothing is happening and then something is happening. So just talk a little bit about your marriage. You were married for how long? And how did you feel during your marriage? By the way, we are not putting anybody down. I mean, you'll see that in her testimony. Go ahead.
Yes. So I was married for 18 years. Before that, I was in another marriage. So this was my second one. Um, and it was, I was in love for the first period. And as we progressed and life happened, it was getting harder and harder to be in this relationship. I really felt that I was doing everything wrong, that I was never good enough, that
Mm.
every comment I received was, I would take that very personal and would just go back into my little corner and work on myself, improve on myself, and do better, do better, do better. Um, Now, like as you mentioned, I don't want to put down my ex-partner because
Absolutely.
it was through that relationship that I become who I am today. So I've also changed how I see him. Um, it, it was a person that through the struggle allowed me to actually learn and grow and become uh, a bigger person, a more expanded person. So there will never be a put down, but I want to describe how I felt in this relationship. And so after 18 years, I really found that I already had an episode of cancer. It was in my thyroid.
Mm,
And I knew that it was because I wasn't speaking my truth. I was
mm,
always swallowing the truth, swallowing how I wanted to, how I felt. And in the last period that we were together, my body whispered breast cancer. I
mm.
heard it clearly. And it was a message that said, if you don't leave, that's what you're going to get. That's how I interpreted. It was that was the last straw for me. Is that I'm not losing my breast over this. I need to do something about this. So it was that sense of prison resentment because I knew I was better than that. But the words and the feedback I was receiving was always not good enough. Do more, not good enough. Um, and so that's when I needed to break free. The other piece in that was that I had a 15-year-old daughter,
Yeah.
and I was the woman example for that daughter. And I was giving her a really bad example. I saw myself as a weak, uh, submitted woman, and my daughter was watching that. So the body telling me that, and my daughter watching me were the drivers that said, I have to take this step and leave this. Because for years, I was really scared of being by myself.
I remember that. I remember that. And Elizabetta chose from a wounded place in her heart. And as we coach and she began to change her self-concept, begin to change her self-esteem, and begin to heal her soul, that gave her the strength to make a change. And it is not an easy step, but you
No.
chose and loved yourself.
And I remember that you never said to me, leave, never.
Mm-mm.
In the
Hey, I
last,
wanted to, but
yes, but you never said that. But after 1 year of me talking about the same thing with you every session, it was like, I'm not happy. I'm not. I remember the day when I said, Constance, I'm sick of this. Next phone call is going to be completely different. I have no idea what it means, but it's going to be completely different. I'm sick of it. And the next phone call was, Constance, I'm separating. So I really want to stress the fact that Constance never told me
mm-mm.
to leave. Constantly you explained to me what boundaries were, which I said, how do you spell that word? I had no, I had no idea what boundaries meant.
Right.
And you said, he's crossing your boundaries. And so what does that mean, crossing my boundaries? Like, how do you spell that word? What does that word mean? And so I read books, I studied, and because that was a word that you kept saying. Um, until I just say, oh. It was just really discovering what you meant. So,
Well,
yeah.
it's never my place to tell a woman or a man to leave because everybody knows in their own heart, wow, this is toxic, not judging the other person.
No.
I recognize it now, and I'm going to make a different choice. And that was not an easy choice because she has a daughter. She has a child, and children are certainly impacted by divorce. Let me say this woman, she did the inner work. Whatever I ask her to do, she gonna read, she gonna research, she's gonna study. And I love it after each session, you always say, got it. When she says that to me, I know she's going to begin to implement it. And we know that going through divorce, you go through all the different phases. How did it feel when you had been with this person for 18 years and then you were all of a sudden alone in the house? How did you go through that whole process?
Yeah, I remember you saying it's a process, it's a process. And I'm the sort of person that has got step one, step two, step three, results. So it was a very different approach.
Hmm.
I allow myself to cry. So a lot of the time I would just sit, cry, get up, felt like crying again. So I would just sit again, cry until it was, I'm here. Just whatever tears you guys come. Um, I felt alone in a house. So I stayed in the house and he kept the other property. And I was surrounded by memories. I was alone because my daughter would just spend 2 weeks with him and 2 weeks
Hmm.
with me. So the 2 weeks when she was with him, I was absolutely alone, along with my fears, with my sadness, because even if I left, I grieved, I cried, I was disappointed, I was sad that this ended, even if I was the one who made the decision. It was just as destroying as it would have been for the other person who was left. But one thing that I also decided to do is I want to build a whirlpool of girlfriends. I want to start
Mm.
moving the energy of my girlfriend. I want to create more girlfriends. And I really, out of nothing, said, hey, do you want to go and have coffee with me? I was doing fitness classes and I would just find girlfriends. And to me, it was an amazing support structure that
I,
helped
I, I love
me.
I love
Mm.
that. So that was very no like Elizabeth, she's analytical. Elizabeth, 1, 2, 3, 4 here. I'm like, no, girlfriend, that ain't the way it's going to go. But she went through the process. It was not easy. It was difficult, all of the above. But transformation was happening for her. And so now kind of tell us where you are now about love and about your ex and all of that. And y'all got to know she's read so many books, so much about codependency. She could teach on boundaries.
Yes, yes. So the other piece is that my ex-husband found someone 2 months after we left.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Oh,
yeah. So he, yeah, the journey was very different because he had someone else. I was, whatever that journey was, doesn't matter. But for me, it was like, oh, there's no one else. And I did spend 2 years
yeah.
without looking at men in the face. Like I was walking with my eyes down because I said, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I don't wanna enter anything. I'm not ready. And I've got the sun from
That's fine.
the
That's
sun
fine.
on my face. So so I spent those 2 years by myself, by choice. Although every time I say, am I ready, Constance? Am I ready? Am I ready? And every time there was a piece that you would give me that said, because you said, no, you're not ready, but I wanted to know why. What's the piece that I need to work on? And one was, you haven't chosen yourself. You
Oh,
haven't chosen yourself. That was massive. So when I got the choosing me, that's when I set up my boundaries very clearly. That's when I set up my standards very clearly. I know exactly what I want, and I know exactly what I won't put up with. That to me is the work from your words. You haven't chosen yourself.
oh,
So
yeah.
that was a
I forgot
massive.
about that. I forgot about that. But just recently, I said, Elizabeth, you are ready. She almost fell off her chair. I'm like, are you there?
Yes. So yeah.
How did you feel? And she's ready because she's chosen herself. She's loving herself. She's done all of the inner work. And really, love will find her.
Mhm. There was one piece that we
Okay,
covered
what was the one piece?
the last session. I just say, okay, great, I'm ready. No, hang on a second, Constance. Say that again. Yes, you're ready. You say, am I? Yes. Okay. Um, so say, but Constance, there's no many men where I live. There's no men. And you say, all right, girl, you need to work on the abundance of men. And so I say, okay. So every time you give me that piece that moves me, that propels me, there you
Yeah.
go. Um, so the other day, I haven't told you this one. The other day I was driving, and there were, on the other side of the road where the traffic was coming on the other way, there was a traffic jam. And I looked at all these cars and said, look how many men, abundance of abundance of men, abundance of men. Even if there's women in this car, there's so many cars, so many men. So that is the thing I'm working on now. It's really trusting that there's so many men where I live. And yeah, that's
That song. It's raining men. Hallelujah, raining men. That song right there and what I wanted her to tap into, that it really has nothing to do with the outside. I love what Dr. Joe Dispenza said. If you're in the vibration of the thing, if you are loving yourself in the abundance of love, if you and four of your girlfriends walk into a restaurant, it really has nothing to do with your looks, and you are very physically attractive and in shape. She's a runner, you guys. I forgot what do y'all call it in Australia? You going on the sport or something like some word. And,
yeah,
and
runner.
but because she's loving herself and on the inside, she already knows and is feeling and is already imagining herself already having love. This man loving and really attached to her daughter. So she's in the feeling place in that fourth and fifth dimension that I already have it. Now she has her moments now, right, Elizabeth, when she might say, "Well, where is he, Constance? Where is he?" But that's not where she's living.
No, that's right. That's right. And even my daughter said, I'm scared that if you meet someone, then you're just gonna be busy with them and I'm in the way. And I just say, whoever I choose is gonna adore you, is gonna
Mm-hmm.
want, like, is gonna respect you, like, because I know my standards, because I know exactly what works and what I
Mm-hmm.
won't put up with. I will not have a man that makes my daughter feel like she is in the way.
I
So,
love it. I
yeah,
love it. You know, when my dog Angel was alive, and I used to say, me and Angel are a package deal. So when I
yes,
went out to dinner with this guy, he didn't know about Angel. It was a beautiful, he was smart. I liked him. And we were just talking. He said, "Oh, yeah. I got a friend. He got a dog." He said a dog's place is outside. When he said that, I dropped my fork. I could hardly eat the remainder of my food because I knew that the man for me, we're a package deal,
yeah,
me and Angel, when she was here. So I get it with your daughter. You are resolute, you are healed, you know who you are, you excited, you work the principles. Whatever I ask you to do, she does it. And I might have to be flying to Australia or somewhere for a wedding
yeah,
because you can take this to the bank prophetically. In my mind, it's already done.
fabulous.
Okay, so let's talk about, so we're talking about heart issues, everybody. You know, real some in the US with the election, they were talking about um table issues. Like when people sit down for dinner, they talk about groceries, how much gas is. We're talking about heart issues that matter to people. So the next thing, Elizabeth, we're going to talk about your career or your job. So
Yeah,
all of this was happening simultaneously.
yeah.
So what has been your experience with work? Because after you got your divorce, ladies and gentlemen, you know, when you are accustomed to two incomes and then you have one, talk about your experience with your work and your career.
Yes, so I've always worked to pay the bills,
Mm-hmm.
not because I love it. So my experience of work is it's struggle, no love, absolutely no love, no passion. I just got to pay the bills. And it was one of the things that really impacted a lot on our marriage is the fact that there was two incomes, but one was fluctuating too much for my
Mm-hmm.
liking, which was his. Hence, I had to become the stable full-time worker, 9 to 5, no choice, no choice. Even when I was pregnant, I just kept working.
Mm.
Um,
Well,
and
were you
that
resentful about that?
absolutely, I was gonna
Okay.
say that word. Oh my God. And so for me, it's been like 20 plus years of working because I have to.
Mm.
So when I during the separation period, I changed job because I said, change everything, change my hair, change my car, change my job. I want to change everything. And I started a new job and I lost it after
Mm.
5 months. And that was soul destroying because I thought I was smart. I thought I was good at this. And somebody just said I wasn't. And it was very hard to me to swallow that pill. So I just blame her. And even my girlfriend said, oh, she's jealous of you. And I just thought, I don't know. I don't think she's jealous of me, but there's something here. I got another job, lost it. So in 1 year, I lost two jobs. And I was still in the separation period. So that wasn't helping.
Let me make a statement. And I asked her, I said, if the same thing keeps happening on your job, it's not the company. You got to take a look at you. So when this supervisor said to her what she said, that was a big eye-opening revelation and acceptance time for you, right?
Yeah, but it didn't occur to me after the second loss.
Mm-hmm.
It was on the second loss that I thought, well, maybe I'm not good at this.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm not. And if I'm not, what would I do about it? I'll go study. That's exactly my thought process. If these people are right, then I'm not good at this. I'm gonna go study. And so I started YouTube. Study. My field is in project management.
Mm-hmm.
That study led me to this person. That person led me to this LinkedIn Live. That LinkedIn Live led me to a mentoring program, and I
Mm-hmm.
signed up, even if I was unemployed. I signed up. I just said, "This is where I'm taking. This makes sense. This is my mentor." And Constance always says, "Nobody does it alone."
I,
Nobody does it alone.
that's
Yep. And so I thought, I have a mentor in my life who's Constance, and now I got a mentor in my work. Perfect. And so with the work, with specific work with this mentor in my work, I secure a job because he helped me with my interviews.
mm,
I am loving my job because I have the confidence. And so I go back and look at those two people that fired me and thought, oh my God, that's why I got fired, because I needed to really transform this resentment towards working, having to work, into
mm.
I love working. Um, I got the right company, the right people because of me, because of the new me. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
happy. I'm happy there as well. It's
We can tell, and I love the process of she took full responsibility. I'm
yeah,
not as smart as what I think I am. And that might have been a little pride, a little ego in there, but we got
yeah,
rid of that. And she's very diligent about studying. And one thing that I pushed her with was I said, I don't care if you out there shoveling snow, which I don't know if they have snow in Australia. I said, you got to practice gratitude. You got to find
yes.
something to be grateful and thankful about. So here, this woman, Miss Elizabeth, she changed her identity. She changed the version of it. She shifted into the identity in relationship. I'm lovable. I choose me. I'm deserving. She went through the whole gamut. I used to say to her, you went from your daddy's house to a marriage to another marriage. Now you're choosing you. With her job, she stopped hating and being resentful about having to be the main breadwinner and start, okay, I am going to hone my skills in this area. And knowing her, she said, I'm going to master this subject.
Yes,
I'm
that's
going to, okay, I know you a little bit. I'm going to master this, and she's doing it in love. So she changed her identity. Y'all know whatever identity you're in, whatever state you live in, you're going to attract like things to that state. Do you feel like you are in the process of mastering um,
absolute.
project
Yes.
management?
Yes, and even when people were asking me before, what do you do? And I say, I'm in IT, and I just landed there, but I really like property. That was my answer. And now I just say, I'm an IT project manager.
Hmm.
Like that's I'm gonna respect my past, honor all the work I've done in the past, and then expand it, grow it, and like really own it. Because why would I throw away all those years? Like there's
Yeah.
no, that's again, choose me. Um,
I love
absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. If y'all see that she's glowing like a little Christmas tree. We know Christmas is close. So what role did gratitude and what else? Loving yourself, because those are the two, and authenticity. Ooh, authenticity, y'all, is the highest vibration. Next is love. gratitude, bliss, peace, and joy. So you up there in those highest vibrations, how is that changing you?
I remember when you told me you're not grateful,
Oh,
and
did
I
I say
was,
that?
yes, yes, you need to,
Constance.
you're not like, oh, you haven't, no, you said it in a very nice way, but that's what I heard. You're not grateful
That's what I
because,
said.
yeah, because, and then after the session, I said, how can I be grateful? I am single, always alone, unemployed. How can I be grateful? Like it was very hard to just hear those words
Hmm.
because I was really struggling with the key areas. Like my body has been always fine, so that was an area that was good, and where I live is good. But like I don't have an income and I don't have a man, and I have to be grateful on top of that. So that was a that took me a few days to just like, okay, just be grateful. I've got food, I've got my mom, I've got now the way I do, so that gratitude, the beginning of that gratitude, you always told me to be grateful. And I was doing it, like ticking the list. I got this, I got that, I got that, yay. But now it's just like, oh my God,
Yeah.
that leaf.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that ray. Oh my
Hmm.
God, my car. Oh my God, the wind. Oh my God. Like now I just sit with it and spend the time with, I don't call it gratitude because it's just like, oh my God. Oh my
Hmm.
God, this. Oh my God, that. Oh my God, my job. Oh my God, this. Yeah. So that's my gratitude now. But it took me a bit to
Yeah, and I did. I said, you just doing it robotically. You're not
exactly.
grateful.
Hmm.
And so everybody who's listening, when you choose, I just drank some water, and every time I drink water, I say, people in Gaza, some of them don't even have water. People in Africa, some of them don't even have clean water. They have to drink the water from where they go to the bathroom. So when I drink water, I'm saying, God, I thank you. It's
Yeah.
coming from my heart. So Elizabeth, and I had to tell her straightforward, I said, you're not grateful. You
Yeah.
playing. She said, I can't find anything. I'm like, don't you have a new car? And
Mhm.
and so she began from my heart. Y'all know your heart is 5,000 times more powerful than just thinking alone. But now, thank you for the win. I mean, with all of her Italian, whatever, gravitas, I mean, she just, I thank you, Father. Thank you, universe.
Yeah.
So you're living in love, choosing
Yeah.
yourself in authenticity, because we ain't fake. We becoming a
No.
master. You're living in peace. Do you have peace? I'm not saying everything is perfect.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I mean, I'd love to be in a relationship, but also, like I said last time to you, being single is just as good as being in a relationship. So they're both good, but I'd love to play in the relationship realm as a different person. I want to see what I've discovered, what I can do that I've never done before.
Yeah, that will
Yeah.
happen. And I'm going to have you come back and share that experience. And it's just and even your whole attitude about money, that's
Yeah.
changed. That's just shifted and changed. And we're not going to go into that, but I am so happy for you. And I just wanted you to come on all the way from down under. I'm still trying to figure out why they call it down under, is because you guys are so
It's
far
down
away,
there.
you know, to share your journey and your testimony. She devours the law of attraction, all of the principles. She's disciplined in that, her spirituality, all of the above. And how has having me as your coach helped you through this process?
Oh, oh. What a long list. So we've known each other for I think 10 years, just a bit
Really?
more. Yeah, just a bit more than 10 years. And my ex-husband came with two stepsons.
I
And
remember that.
I
Oh,
struggled to accept them because I was a single girl, from the big city. Session one, you just helped me switch and help me see how these kids were seeing this me, how they were, and I just like, oh my God, poor kids. And here I was just thinking about me. So session one, you helped me love my stepsons. And to this day, 20 years later, I have the same beautiful relationship. I love them. They love me. And even if I've left their dad, we still get together, which is beautiful. We
I
just spend the
forgot about
weekend.
that. I
That
forgot
was
about that.
session one. And I did say to my ex-husband, hey, we will never fight about you kids ever again. And that
Mm.
was it. And that was the truth. And because it was a conversation about money and the kids. I want time with you, but the kids are here, blah, blah, blah. Never again. So then you helped me through with money. You helped me releasing this second marriage, going through there, helped me seeing what I wasn't seeing. And then from there, I made the decision. You helped me with the transition into the new jobs, with gratitude, with love. And now you're going to help me with relationships.
It's so wonderful. And I can say that she, with her ex, it's no hard feelings, and they're working to co-parent.
Yeah. And we were spending Christmas together.
They're spending now you're a stronger woman than I am, Elizabeth. They're spending Christmas together with his new lady
Yep. For the kids
for the
and
kids
the kids' mom. So
and the
is
kids' mom. Now,
yeah.
when you told me that, I said that woman is healed.
Yes, because we did that last year and I struggled. I felt sad, awful, hated my dress. I got rid of that dress. It was just really hard. And this year, I am going to celebrate that couple, to spend time with the kids,
So you're
to,
gonna celebrate your ex and his new lady.
yes,
Wow.
yes,
Oh my
yes,
God. Oh, Elizabeth,
yeah,
that's major.
yes, yes. That's another big shift that I got. Is like, that man has got the perfect woman. How do I feel about that? Oh, let's play with this thought. Yeah, I can see that. That woman and that man talk about the same thing, listen to the same music, love the same hobbies. I didn't have that with him. Nah. And so it's like, she's more suitable for him than me. Awesome. Good on him. And so yeah, it's in their acknowledgement that this couple is better suitable, that I think the kids would also accept her as part of the
Wow.
family. Yeah.
So guys, I had a mentor who said you can always tell when you're healed and if you totally forgiven somebody if the pain is gone.
Mm.
And so when she goes to this Christmas celebration, I hear your birds chirping again. Whenever we
Yeah.
coach, her birds are chirping. When she goes to this Christmas gathering, because she's healed, she can say, oh, I'm so happy for him. He
Yeah.
found the perfect match. And she was with him for 18 years. Only God, only the Spirit, only the universe can heal you of that. So, what is happening for her is she is so healed. She has created space, my goodness, for the miraculous to happen in her life.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing. People are going to hear this, Elizabeth, and they're going to be radically changed. Thank you so much for your vulnerability. You're
Thank you, Con.
amazing. So guys, I'm going to talk to you just a little bit about. I think I'm going to talk to you, but because see, she shifted me. So what I was going to talk about about how to be so healed and be so free, you can attract the miraculous. Elizabeth, you're great.
Thank you, Constance.
I love you.
I love you
And
too.
guys, anybody who's interested in coaching with me, you see the deal here.
Mm.
Let's do a discovery call. It's an investment.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
It's
yeah.
an investment. So ROI, she's reaping the return. In the stock market, they say return on your investment. I design a pocketbook and I like them and I have them. Louis Vuitton ain't gonna do that for you.
No.
Who else do I like? Dior, all of those. But she invested in her own doggone self. And I'm
Absolutely.
gonna talk about healing just in a second, everybody. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Constance.